Dr. Wood, author of the book Miracles Minutes, and today's a subject matter that let's call moving from massive fear and anxiety into rapid peace of mind. So I'm going to share a little bit of personal background with you, and I share this for everybody who's particularly around the holidays or going through a tough time, and when your mind can't seem to find any rest, you have no peace of spirit, and you're being torn apart inside. So about 4.5 years ago, marriage ended, everything ended, no house, nothing, and everything came apart. And it was, I'm not gonna get into all the details, but it was a lot of stuff. And so you feel threatened, you feel like your life's threatened, and you try to start figuring it out, analyzing. And then who's to blame? Am I to blame? And what am I to blame for? And what did she do? And what about this? And what about that? And where's my future going? And what's my life going to look like now? And I don't know, and I don't know, I don't know. And your mind just starts racing and pacing to make yourself feel safe. And the more you try to figure out, and the more meanings, well, what does it mean? What does it mean? Like, that's what happened. What does it mean? And you sign blame, you feel guilt, you feel shame, there's condemnation, there's a lot of bad stuff going in there. The more you try to analyze it, the more you try to figure it out, and the more you try to decipher the meaning of what's going on in your life. So I got to the point where I couldn't sleep, and I always sleep. Then I was only sleeping 2 hours to 4 hours a night, and I sleep 8 hours soundly, and it was driving me crazy. And I didn't know what to do with myself. I was a very busy person, taking care of a family, running around doing lots of stuff, to nothing. Next thing you know, my mind's looking for something to do. Why not worry? So that's what it went into. And then one day I had enough, so I can't take it anymore. I'm going to kill myself or something. Like I medicine or something. I can't find peace inside myself at all. It's a horrible place. Might call it hell. So I said to myself, first one, I had enough. I had enough of these thoughts. I had enough of trying to figure it out. I had enough to try to assign blame. I just couldn't take it anymore. So I allowed. I gave myself permission. You actually have to give yourself permission to enjoy, say, the next 10 seconds, the next 5 minutes of just being here. I allowed myself to be here in this moment. And I just appreciate it, just being here, just having peace. I allowed myself to just enjoy. Like, I don't have to figure everything out. Like, that's still going to be there. Allow myself to be here for the next 5 minutes. And I gave thanks for anything I saw. So one time I looked at my life, I was like, all I do is sit in a freaking office. I work my ass off all the time. And is this the way my life's supposed to be? I'm not enjoying life. I'm always in a car, in a home, in a building, in some place inside, and I haven't been outside. And life's outside, not inside. So I went to the river and I sat there, and then I looked at a duck. And it sounds kind of weird, but when your mind's racing and pacing that much, you're thankful for just about anything. So I looked at the duck, and I looked at it with I just want to thank the duck for being here today. There's finally some entity that doesn't want one goddamn thing from me right now, because everybody in my current life wants something from me right now above and beyond what I have, and it's demanding of me, and it was too much. All these expectations and demands of my personhood. So I sat there with the duck, and I looked at it, and I was like, I want to thank the duck for being here for me today, and it's going to look at it. And I observed the duck. I didn't make the duck mean anything. I looked at it like, wow, isn't it cool? And like awe. how it flies. Look how it paddles its feet in the water. Isn't that interesting? That's fascinating. So the duck was kind of like expressing itself to me, not in words, but just in being a duck. And I just observed it and gave thanks that it was here for me in this moment. And I gave thanks for this moment, that I could be here and have 5 minutes of peace, 10 minutes of peace, whatever it was. And I let that feeling sink deep in my heart with deep appreciation of thanksgiving that here's this duck that wants nothing from me. It has no agenda. It's just here, being a duck, and I'm here in this moment, and I'm just very thankful. So, and that's how I escaped hell, the hell of my thoughts and judgments and blame and all those stuff, and entered into, I would say, heaven or equanimity or into peace. And it starts to become a practice that, you have two practices. You could practice worrying, or you could practice being here and giving thanks. When you practice, so it's, if you start this, at least I've shown you an escape hatch out of the prison of your mind of overanalyzing. And it's from trying to figure everything out. I need to figure out what's going to happen. I need to figure out what's going to happen in the future. I need to decode the past. And like, who's responsible? Am I responsible? Who's responsible? Who's to blame? Who's to blame? Well, I don't know who's to blame. Maybe I'm to blame. Maybe they're to blame. I can't believe making everybody wrong, judging yourself, judging others, making people wrong, figuring out what's going to happen, predict the future. Just try to get yourself to feel safe. All that thinking doesn't help you feel safe. It just makes you more neurotic. But if you come to the present moment, leave the future, leave the past, and become present. And I did that by looking at a duck. And first I said, I had enough. I had enough. I'm done with all this bullshit in my head. 2, I gave myself permission to enjoy how many minutes. So you have to give yourself permission. I'm not kidding. If not, you'll assign yourself to trying to figure everything out. Like, wait a minute. Jump out of all these thoughts. This other person, the real me, said, wait a minute. I'm in charge. I had enough of this bullshit. Stop it. What am I going to do? And it's called, I was just going to be here. And then I gave myself permission. How long do you want to be in this moment? How long do you want to be present? And allow permission to enjoy this moment and give thanks for it. Give thanks for anything and everything in that moment. Here's the duck. Thank you for the trees in the background. Isn't it beautiful? Here's the river. It's just so nice to be here. And you start feeling that deep, deep appreciation in your heart. So now that sinks inside you, and it changes your heart, it changes how you feel, it changes your mind, and you immediately go from hell to equanimity or peace, and a peace beyond understanding, where you have peace in a terrible situation, and you made space for yourself to be here, to be present, and to be in a state of awe, in a state of thankfulness, in a state of joy. So that's the exit door from hell. So it's Dr. Wood. Have a great day, and I hope this video helps you out a lot, or helps someone you care about and helps them find peace and make the space for themselves to be here and be okay being here and be thankful about being here. Have a great day.